Hi, I'm John Scholl, the Bishop for the Baltimore-Washington Conference, and I'm grateful that you're going to be sharing in an evaluation process that continues to help strengthen our congregations, our clergy, and our laity. Evaluations are important. Evaluations help us to identify what the strengths are of our congregations and our pastors, and it helps us to begin to learn how to build on those strengths. Evaluations also help us to understand expectations, clarify goals and objectives, encourage growth, and assess future direction. First, let me thank you for participating in the survey of our previous evaluation instrument. That survey was done in the spring, and it gave us a lot of helpful feedback that a task force made up of people from staff parish relations committees, pastors, and also from the cabinet and the Board of Ordained Ministry to really look at our evaluation process and begin to ask, how can we make this instrument one that is user-friendly and one that will help our congregations and pastors? To be honest with you, I think they've done a very good job. The cabinet has taken a look at that, the Board of Ordained Ministry has looked at it, and we are all in agreement that this is an evaluation process and instrument that we can move forward with. So I'm grateful for all the work that has been done. Now, as you will see in this instrument, it really tries to give local churches and pastors more room and freedom to be descriptive about their ministry and the things that they're accomplishing, the things that they're working on. We hope that that will help each congregation and each pastor as they work with the evaluation. Again, we do all of this because we want to be more like Christ as we call, equip, send, and support spiritual leaders to grow Acts 2 congregations and to make disciples for the transformation of the world. I continue to invite you to be a part of this dynamic and growing ministry within the Baltimore-Washington Conference.
Hello, I am Karen Walker, one of the members of the writing team of this new evaluation instrument. I want to give you some brief instructions about filling out the 3 parts to the evaluation. But before that, hear from one of our pastors who has found value in evaluation.
Hi, my name is Helen Stafford Fleming, and I'm the pastor of Douglas Memorial United Methodist Church. One of the ways that you can really build your church on a solid foundation and bring the congregation into part of that process is to do evaluations. It helps you in your visioning, it helps you in pulling and team building, it helps you to see your errors and then make corrections. So you'll continue to fall every time you do something out of order, and the family, the body of Christ, is always a part of that. One of the qualities of evaluation is when the congregation becomes involved and actually do the evaluation of the church, because that means they can see what's happening in the day's operation and how they can correct it, and we can put it together as part of the strategic plan in our visioning sessions. So we can work together, and they are an equal part of the process.
As you've heard, evaluation is an opportunity for learning and growth as clergy and congregations establish a culture of communication and understanding. It provides the arena for dreaming dreams and realizing visions when connected with goal setting. Effective evaluation can broaden and affirm a congregation's sense of call and provide momentum for seeing the vision to fruition. It can also spark dialogue about what the ministry priorities are for the congregation and clergy. There are 3 parts to this evaluation. There is a pastor-deacon self-evaluation, which is to be filled out by your pastoral leaders. Part 2 is a pastor-deacon evaluation to be completed by the members of the Staff Parish Relations Committee. The 3rd part is the congregational evaluation, which is to be completed by the pastor and lay leadership. This may include the lay leader, church council chairperson, finance chairperson, staff parish relations committee chairperson, the pastor and deacon, other ministry staff, and can include others so that there are at least 5 people involved. Each part is designed around the 5 areas of practicing Christian community and bearing Acts 2 fruits. The first one is celebrates, vital worship, which encourages, inspires, and challenges the people of God. Connects, ministry which engages newcomers and members in relationship with one another and with Jesus Christ as discipleship is deepened. Develops, opportunities for learning and growing as disciples through spiritual practices and Sunday school, Bible studies, and small groups. Serves, ministries which meet the missional needs of the community and the world. Shares, personal stories of faith and evidences of God at work expressed to reach others for Jesus Christ. Each part of the evaluation is based on objectives. With last year's evaluation, we asked that every clergy leader and congregation establish goals in January 2008 so that there was focused and intentional ministry occurring. The evaluation process is a good time to review how well you did on meeting your goals. Remember, the best goals are SMART goals. Goals should be specific and emphasize what you want to happen. Specifics help us to focus our efforts and clearly define what we are going to do. SMART goals are measurable. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it. Establish concrete criteria for measuring progress toward the attainment of each goal you set. When you measure your progress, you stay on track, you reach your target dates, and experience the exhilaration of achievement that spurs you on to continued effort, which is required to reach your goals. A SMART goal is attainable, although it needs to stretch you slightly so you feel you can do it, and it will definitely need a real commitment from you. The feeling of success which this brings helps you to remain motivated. SMART goals must be realistic. This is not a synonym for easy. Realistic in this case means doable. It means that the learning curve is not a vertical slope, that the skills needed to do the work are available, that the project fits with the overall strategy and goals of the organization. A realistic project may push the skills and knowledge of the people working on it, but it shouldn't break them. Finally, goals must also be timely. Set a time frame for the goal, for next week, or in 3 months, or by the 5th grade. Putting an endpoint on your goal gives you a clear target to work towards. For more details about setting SMART goals, you can check out the document called SMART Goals on the conference website. There are 3 sections to this evaluation. They include objectives or goals. You will want to review the goals set earlier in the year. Key ministry accountabilities. Within this section, you will be asked to evaluate how well your congregation is making disciples and growing the ministries to become more like the body of Christ, as outlined in the book of Acts. It also will be an opportunity to reflect on how the pastor makes disciples and grows the ministries of the congregation. The third part is essential skills for ministry. These are key skills for a congregation or a pastor to practice and continue to improve. You are asked to reflect on how your congregation or pastor functions in each of these skill areas. In each section, you will be asked how well you are doing. You may check one of the following phrases: exceeds expectations. The congregation or pastor more than meets the needs of members, guests, and the world in its mission and ministry, and is modeling an Acts 2 congregation. Or meets expectations. The congregation or pastor meets the needs of its members, guests, and the world, and is on the way to becoming an Acts 2 congregation. The congregation is willing to take risks and try new things to meet the needs of the congregation and to attract new people. The pastor also is willing to take risks and try new ministry ideas to better meet the needs of the congregation. Or needs improvement. The congregation or pastor is encountering significant stumbling blocks in its ability to become an Acts 2 congregation. It may be actively working on strategies to identify the issues, resolve conflict, overcome passivity, and or recreate its image to meet the needs of the community and its members. There also is the opportunity to check not applicable. In some contexts, not everything listed will apply. But there is also room to add some other specifics that apply to your particular context. So you have heard about the format of the 3 parts of the evaluation, who is to complete each part, and the background documents that will assist you. Here now are the specific directions for completing the documents. 1, have your staff parish relations committee, church council, and pastor or deacon view the DVD. 2, review the congregation's goals or make a plan to establish goals. If this has not been done, please build the goal-setting process into the work of the church council early in 2009, if not before. 3, the pastor or deacon will complete the self-evaluation and have conversation about it with the staff parish relations committee once it has been completed. 4, church leadership and the pastor meet for conversation and to complete the congregational evaluation. 5, the staff parish relations committee completes the pastor's evaluation and shares it with the pastor. 6, in order for the forms to be considered complete, they need to be filled out online. The pastor will care for the self-evaluation. The staff parish relations committee chairperson will care for the congregational evaluation and the clergy evaluation. 7, there also is space for you to include a summary statement and comments specific to your setting. Please take some time in conversation about these and fill in the information as requested. 8, the final step is the consultation that will happen between the pastor, congregation, and your guide. Please fill out the final page so that the guide can provide any comments for the council or staff parish relations committee. The deadline for completion of this instrument is December 1st. We hope you will find this evaluation instrument adaptable to your setting and easy to use. Your guide is a resource for you if you have any questions. Thank you in advance for your prayerful work in the evaluation process, as together in the Baltimore-Washington Conference, we continue to seek to be more like Christ as we call, equip, send, and support spiritual leaders to grow Acts 2 congregations.